I will start my operations here and pull the rebels apart piece by piece. They'll be the architects of their own destruction.
I love you.
Fuck off.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Now get your 7'2" asthmatic ass back here, or I'm gonna tell everyone what a whiny bitch you were about Patamami or Panda Bear or whatever the hell her name is.
Yeah, once again, Panda Bear in the house, or whatever the hell her name is. I love that clip so much. Thank you so much to Seth Green and Robot Chicken. I love that shit so much. It's so much fun. Hey, we are back with another Star Wars shit show, the Mad Batch, discussing the Bad Batch. This is Marie Wilson's first time on the show. How you doing, Marie?
Doing great. Excited to be here.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah. And as usual, though, even though she wasn't here last week, Sarah Seabach is here.
Hello.
I listen to me. Your last name isn't even Seabach, but I literally read
Not anymore.
your Twitter handle instead of just saying Miss Sarah Blue is here in the house.
Sarah Blue.
Yes, Sarah Blue. That's a good one. That was funny, Sarah. I like that. Dean Lewis is here. How you doing, man?
I'm pretty good. I'm just late with my response, like I'm late into the room, and I just thought I'd stay on brand. I wish I could say it's because I was watching this episode twice. I wish that I did watch this episode twice. There's some good stuff going on. I'm excited to hear everyone talk about this one.
Oh yeah. And Paige for Betty. How you doing, man?
Oh, hanging in there. Excited to talk about this week's episode with one of my usual suspects teammates. So, and she actually knows her Star Wars stuff. So hopefully I don't sound like too much of an idiot on this week's episode. But I'll let her take the reins on all the terminology and all that nonsense. So
you weren't here last week, which is perfectly fine. But Saul was giving a shit in the chat because evidently he stopped by just to see you. And you weren't here, and then he was giving us hell, man, because basically, like, he wasting his time, So.
Well, Saul, if you're watching right now, I don't know if you are, dude, but I'm here, and hope you can smell Amaru coming your way, man.
Yeah. And, yeah, we got our usual suspects, not you guys, but our usual suspects in the chat are here as well. So welcome everybody watching right now. Okay, Marie, so why don't you go ahead and tell us what you think so far of the Bad Batch, starting from the beginning to where we are now.
Review the whole thing.
I am absolutely adoring this show. I have to say to begin with, The Clone Wars is my favorite animated Star Wars show. So having a spinoff of my favorite show is right up my alley to begin with. And then it also has done a really good job of mixing the whole familial aspect of Rebels in with like the mystery and intrigue of the Clone Wars. So I really like that. Wrecker is my heart. I love Wrecker. I think he is fabulous. I love how he's turned into a father figure for Omega. I think it's really, really sweet that like he was the one that Hunter in this last episode took a little bit of that, the reins in that, but still I feel like Wrecker is Omega's like her go-to. And I love that. And then the fact that it makes so many connections, I don't feel like the connections are forced. At least to me, they don't feel forced. Whether that's connections to characters, connections to plot points. And my favorite season of the Clone Wars TV show was season 6, when they did the whole chip exploration, and AZI-3, who Omega has brought up, the droid AZI-3, she's brought him up, and I think that's so cool. And I'm loving it. I'm loving the connections. I'm loving the format. And it's not only connections to the Clone Wars TV show, but it's also connections to the prequels. So I couldn't ask for more.
Yeah, it's been pretty sweet. And when they went to that unused abandoned facility in today's episode, if my first thought, I'm like, oh, Bespin, and then I instantly thought of Roka. Sorry, Roka. But I was like, Bespin, and then it took me a very long time to realize that was not Bespin.
I thought it was Bespin too.
Yeah.
I was like, hey!
All I'm saying is that planet was abandoned. Like, I'll go take it over because it looked dope as fuck. One, like, everything seemed to still work if you just hit a few buttons. So, like
who's just abandoning whole planets?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, this
Kaminoans.
done with that.
No biggie. There's so many more in the galaxy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember what they said the name of it, but I can't remember what the name was. It was a funky name.
Don't worry, you don't need to know it for the Schmodown. So
but I might need to know it for Dragon Con.
That is true. No, I dug this week's episode. I wasn't here last week, so I didn't get to talk about it with you guys, obviously. But Crosshair got fucked up, and we only got to see like 2 seconds of him this week. But obviously, he looks like he's mummified now because he's got bandages all over his face and stuff. But no, I'm hoping we see him back more because having him last week was awesome. To be like the center point of the episode in a sense. But this week, I feel like was Omega got to take like center stage kind of and prove like I love that one. I was just like, oh shit, she's getting captured. Shit's about to go down now. Like this is gonna be like I thought it was gonna be like several episodes arcs of them trying to get to her.
Yeah,
but I'm not gonna lie. Even though I wanted that, just because I think it would bring the story along more, I kind of dug that she took the reins on herself and they didn't rescue the batch didn't rescue her. She got back to them. She proved her worth in this episode. Right. So I give Omega mad props in this episode because she proved that she knows what she's doing. I do have one negative thing about this episode is that I'm fucking pissed because I thought Omega was going to be a Jedi like clone Force user.
I told you all.
She definitely isn't. Obviously, she's. I guess I'll give it away.
Not, but
if they're super clone,
which could be
about Mandalorians, the way in the Mandalorian, how in a way they like are extracting them like blood and then injecting them into others. They could inject Omega with metachlorians, perhaps. Yeah. But I do have a quick question. Shit. Oh, when Fennec was telling Omega that she was trying to help her. Now, I mean, your first thought is obviously she's full of shit, but then you think she's with Boba. In a way, she's the closest thing Boba has to family or a connection at all. She's an unaltered clone of their father, correct?
Omega?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, technically, like Boba Fett and her are like technically brother and sister,
brother and
right?
sister,
twins.
Yeah. So then
Would they be the same age though, or no?
I think they might be the same age.
Well, I don't know, but do we think that that Fennec is really trying to help her? Like maybe Fennec is with Boba and Boba is trying to help her because he knows about her and all that kind of stuff. Or should we just assume that Fennec is a bounty hunter who just wants to get her no matter what the reasons are?
I don't know where we're at with the history of
I forgot about the scene where we see Fennec talking to the Kaminoans.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, do you guys think she knows? Do you guys think she knows? Fennec knows Boba Fett yet, or no?
That's what I was wondering. I don't know if they.
I don't think so.
I don't
think
they
not meet in Mando season 1 with the boots and the.
He would still be a kid.
Is that not?
Yeah, he'd still be a kid.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, Marie, what do you think? I know you read all the comics and all the books, so you know everything about this universe. So,
well, I thought it was really interesting that because you could tell when Nala Se was talking to Lama Su, like she was not happy. She was really upset that he wanted to kill Omega, and so I definitely think that Fennec Shand is, I mean, she's out for the money, obviously, but she is on the side of good in this case because she's working for Nala Se, who wants to save Omega. I don't know what Nala Se's plan would be once she saves Omega. Like, what's she gonna do with her if she does get her back?
Gonna
Where
raise her as her own personal hunt machine.
Well, I kind of like that she like said though too, like because even she was just like, well, should I go after her? And she goes, well, no, at least she's safe.
exactly.
So it's like, oh, okay, like one of them is actually has like a somewhat good heart.
Yeah.
So, would be interesting. I don't know though. I mean, honestly, I think though, like even at the end of the episode too, Omega was like, I don't want to go back to oh my god, what Camino, yeah. But I don't know. I don't think that's the last time we see Camino. So I kind of I think at some point I think she's gonna like say like, no, I need to go back there for myself. Like, I don't know, like go back there and I don't know what she would do. And if you guys have any plot ideas, but
later on in the timeline, does that become another abandoned planet, or like what happens to Camino? They just start making like beans or something. They're just like the clone business is done.
Yeah, you don't really see Camino
what do we do?
Beyond this. This is the latest in the timeline we see it, as far as I can remember. Is in Bad Batch.
Wait, do you think there's going to be more than one season? I keep thinking it's still only going to be one season, but
it's so many episodes. I feel like it's only going to be one.
16 feels like such a specific number of episodes for a season as well. It makes me feel like they've got a very distinct chunk from here to here.
Yeah.
Sarah.
Yes.
Do you think, like in last week's episode, when Crosshair got fucked up and he hit his head and shit, do you think that fucked with his chip and that's going to come into play and all that? Because it's been talked about on this show at least about Crosshair having some stupid bullshit redemption arc like in every other fucking Star Wars. I'm just like, no.
I think he'll have a redemption arc. I don't think that's how it will be the redemption arc.
Everyone running around bumping their heads conveniently.
Yeah, right.
I think it's going to be a choice. Like, I think he's going to make the decision, not because he like hit his head.
Yeah.
That's the typical Star Wars thing, is that he sees something happens, he makes a choice, and then he dies right afterwards. Like,
yeah, I definitely think he's gonna die. I think he is gonna like snap out of it. Like I said, I think Omega is gonna go back to Camino and probably just like have some words with him or something and be like she's pretty much gonna like sacrifice herself, I think, for Crosshair to be back with like the Bad Batch.
Crosshair needs to redeem himself because in this episode he needs to give up his name because he does not hit shit. He's popping off all over the place. Like, let's see him do something. Like, not only did he lose half of his face, he lost his pride and his dignity that day.
Yeah,
because man's useless.
I'll get some predictions for Book of Boba Fett. In my opinion, we are, if not both, we will either get Cad Bane or Omega in that show. Which do you guys think of those two? Which do you think would be most likely?
I want it to be. I would like. I mean, we've already Dreamcast her as Carey Mulligan for the live action version. So I mean, I would like it to be Alta Dean. I would like it to be. I would like it to be Omega, but I think it would be more like likely as. Why am I blanking on
Cad Bane?
Yeah.
How old would he be though? Because he seems like he's pretty old at this point already. I know how long he lives. He's like blue metalhead dudes, but
Duros.
Dude, you can live forever in Star Wars.
I don't know how long Duros lives.
Yeah, they're just like, that person lives forever. You know, that species just goes on.
Yeah. I mean, Yoda's a perfect example of that.
Yeah, what is he,
like
900 years old?
Decides to die. He doesn't even necessarily die of old age. He's just like, I feel like now's the time. See
Fair enough.
What do you guys think, though? Who do you guys think's more likely to be in it?
Probably Cad Bane.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about. I don't know about your thought page about Omega sacrificing herself or something. I mean, it sounds like it sounds like it could very possibly happen, but as far as like whether or not I would like that, I don't know.
I mean, dude, let's be. I mean, if she's not in the Book of Boba Fett, then I think she definitely does. Because I mean, why bring in this new character if you're not gonna at some point like let's be honest, we're definitely gonna the killer or like bring her into like the live action. Like I feel like they're already doing that with the Mandalorian, like with the Rebel characters. So I feel like they're going to be bringing in like we already got Ahsoka. I think we're gonna get everyone else. I think too. At least I hope, because like Rebels was my favorite animated show. It was also the only one I watched, but I like that one the best. And I liked all those characters. So I feel like, I don't know, if you bring Omega in, I feel like this can't just be the last we see her, or something happens to her, and that's why it's the last time we see her.
Yeah.
This is what I'm thinking. Maybe we see her and Boba as like kids, like maybe they meet at some point, and
like a
hit it off,
flashback.
have a relationship. They're family. They've got a connection, and then boom, Omega dies, and Boba's like, "Screw this! I'm going bounty hunting, just like my dad." And
are they family?
Well,
I mean, are they family or are they the same person?
This is what I was saying, man. I don't know, because I don't think. Yeah, I don't know how you classify that.
Perfect time to ask.
Yeah, Marie, what do you think?
I got a question real quick. Now, if Omega and Boba Fett were to star in a feature film together that were available only on Pornhub,
I knew this was going there.
Here we go again.
Would it be under the category
incest
of tattoo or masturbation?
I think it would go under incest.
This again?
This is even more relevant than the Loki question. The Omega
same question.
Would it be under taboo or masturbation? That's a that's a debate worthy question.
If it's okay for Loki to have sex with Lady Loki, then it must be. This is basically the same thing, right? So
no, it's different. This is different.
It's not.
It kind of is, yeah, because we're talking about clones here, not variants. We're talking about
a clone versus a multiverse version of yourself is basically, for all intents and purposes, biologically the same thing.
So, Marie, do you think they're related, or do you think are they the same person?
So this brings up an interesting point that I only recently has come to me. The clones as a whole are genuinely good people. They are caring, they are kind, they are courageous.
Yeah,
all
Jay, they don't
these
want a bag.
wonderful role model aspects. The clones are just great people.
Well, they kind of
Boba Fett and Jango Fett, the person they were cloned from, is a narcissistic butt face. Like, I don't understand how they are clones of him. If you're talking about them being the same person, their personalities are totally different.
Do you think that the reason Django is a narcissistic is because they picked him to be the basis for millions of clones, and that's what inflated his ego in the first place? Therefore, the pure version of him pre-clone would be more humble and a nicer dude. I don't know.
Well, I mean, the fact that his like one condition was, I want an unaltered clone as my son. Like,
which is pretty weird when you think about it.
I'll
do it in one condition. You let me keep one.
But then also, like, this is what I mean. Like, so did he also ask to keep Omega? Like, or did they make Omega like afterwards? Like, I don't like.
Yeah.
Because I mean, obviously, this is. I'm assuming this isn't canon, like Omega's character, like she's not brought up before ever until Bad Batch.
I think, if anything, Omega was done without his knowledge or permission, and maybe that's part of the issue that comes up. I don't know.
Hey,
well,
I
not
got
with him. He hasn't got any issues anymore.
What you said about Django or being narcissistic and all that stuff. Well, kind of look at it like this though. He was a bounty hunter, whereas the clones were soldiers. They weren't. You know, there's a different mindset there. And as a comparison, the Mandalorian Mando, we found out he has a heart of gold. But when we first meet him, he's a bounty hunter, and that's his job, and he takes it seriously. So couldn't it be that just Django, maybe he is a narcissist, but maybe he really is a kind person like the clones were, but we only ever really saw him as a bounty hunter when he was on the clock, or the only time he didn't was when Obi-Wan was there questioning him and suspecting him of something. And as far as why they would pick Django to clone them, I've been bitching about this for years. My favorite Star Wars game is Bounty Hunter, Jango Fett. And a huge missed opportunity here is them not filling in why he was chosen. That would be a great TV series or a movie trilogy or something. Why was Django the one that was chosen for them to? He must have been a badass. I mean, They
tried to clone IG-88 and they just couldn't figure it out.
I was say they texted me, but I didn't respond in time, so that's why they picked.
See, this is what I mean. Instantly, just at the thought of being cloned, and Paige is already becoming narcissistic. See, you see how the path becomes. Imagine
the power that it gives you.
You're just doing your job one day, Jay, and some alien race comes down to you and they say, "We think you're so good at your job. We want to make 10 million more of you." You're going to walk around like you're king shit as well.
I mean, dude, if I don't have to push babies out of my hoo-ha, and they can just like make them like eggs, kind of like floating in water patches. I mean, my job is easy then.
Like the frog lady with her like eggs in the jar. Yeah.
That came out of somewhere though.
Her babies.
I say Pot too, and I also say Vijay. Vijay is the best.
I was gonna say that, but I was like, I'll try to keep it at least somewhat appropriate. No, I've sworn like a million times already.
Never mind. This is not that show. I want to say it's not that kind of show. Never mind. But my mind just went right into the fucking gutter next to Wise, just hanging out down there with balloons, like all dirty and nasty in that disgusting, gross gutter. Sarah, what are you doing? What are you doing? You've been looking at your phone and shit this whole time.
I'm dealing with work stuff at the moment, so I'm sorry.
Tell me doing a great Star Wars show, and they're not working.
Or send me some food.
Ask your manager if they have any thoughts on this week's episode of The Bad Batch.
I mean, I'm the manager, so yes.
Tell them they get brownie points if they watch.
Hey, listen, just real quick, hang on.
Okay. This is a Star Wars shit show, and we got 5 minutes left anyway. So let's kind of make the shit show aspect of it come true this tonight. Let's run with this, Sarah. So, are you dealing with an employee right now who's calling off work or something like that? What's going on here? What's the?
I'm trying to deal with drama that I might have started earlier today at work. So
is it drama or is it more sci-fi fantasy? Maybe.
She said Omega was her favorite Star Wars.
Yes, I said I love Attack of the Clones. It's my favorite Star Wars movie, and it just started this whole drama. And here we are.
Yeah, that definitely would start some drama.
So people are mad at you.
I don't know. I don't want to get into it.
I'm curious though. What is everyone's favorite Star Wars movie?
Attack of the
Clones. Say it though, right? Because on the wheel it's just every Star Wars movie, so I guess it really doesn't matter.
Yeah, she's already died on that.
Which one do you prefer to watch?
Keep talking about that. That's what I want to keep talking.
I'm sorry. I'm just curious on what everyone's favorite Star Wars movie is.
Sarah, don't want to talk about it.
I am a troublemaker. I switched someone on the game plan, and then they asked me to move them, and it was just a whole drama over nothing.
But you could
That's
say
where we're
that
at.
you had the high ground.
Yes. And then I said my favorite Star Wars movie is Attack of the Clones, and they got mad.
What's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh man, Return of the Jedi is the Star Wars movie to beat all Star Wars movies. That is it.
Rogue One.
Ooh.
I think that's the most
Spicy.
mature Star Wars film we've gotten. And I really
love
dig it.
Oh,
that-
people died in A New Hope too.
What about you, Paige?
Oh, Empire Strikes Back all day, every day, baby.
Nobody likes that movie.
Are you on crack? What are you smoking over there, boy?
No, I'm with Dean. Return of the Jedi. That shit's just the fucking
It
bomb.
has everything. It's got the desert stuff. It's got the space stuff. It's got the lightsaber battles. It's got the high speed chases. It's got the highs, the lows. It's got everything you want in a Star Wars
No, it
movie.
just has the Ewoks, and that's why you really like it. Let's be honest.
I can like an Ewok, and that is not mutually exclusive to my love of the movie. And there is look. It's not about the Ewoks. Okay?
You know what? Hey, I will say though, final note here before we wrap it up. If I did not have the original theatrical versions of the original trilogy, then none of those would be my favorite movies. Like, in other words, if Return of the Jedi specialized bullshit edition was all that I could watch, that would not be my favorite Star Wars movie anymore. It would be Rogue One, great movie. But I happen to have the original trilogy theatrical release, so I watched those, and it looks like...
Oh, good for you.
It looks like shit, it sounds like shit, but it ain't got stupid shit added in. There ain't that stupid fucking song in Jabba's palace. There ain't all this stupid bullshit. Dude, the biggest thing they fucked up in that movie with the specialized bullshit was the Sarlacc pit. You know how much cooler the Sarlacc pit was without the fucking Venus flytrap fucking thing? It was so mysterious. It was literally a hole in the with spikes and tentacles, and it was like, fuck, that's why it was so great. It was fucking, whoa.
Yeah. It was just a big green hole with text that said incomplete across the bottom of the screen. Unfinished effect.
Oh my gosh.
That's
So
the
what do you guys
version I
think's
want.
happening next week, guys, though?
Do you think the show is done with the filler episodes? Or
We
is
are
it
finally rolling. This episode, this better be
Finally,
good next
yeah.
episode. If it's another like load of faff, I'm not down. We better be
no more
continuing
fluff?
running with momentum. That's all I care about.
Yeah, I
Not
think
like
the ball's
stop and
finally
start.
fucking moving. It's
Yeah.
rolling down down the hill, I guess. I don't want it to go downhill. I want it to go uphill because I want it to get better and better, and it's getting better and better, but I'm all uphill.
Metaphorically,
Oh, yeah.
You'll know what I mean.
uphill,
I'm
We can
excited.
wrap it up, guys. Sarah and I need to
downhill struggle.
if you're gonna be watching the pay-per-view Schmodown pay-per-view event tonight, I suggest going over to Let's Get Ready Network. I'm about to jump on their tailgate special here in about 15 minutes. Yeah, so sorry it's a short episode this week. Marie, when are you going to be on again? You're going to be on again before the end of the season, right?
I'm hoping to, absolutely.
You're welcome back anytime whatsoever.
Thank you so much. I had fun.
Oh, yeah. Marie, why don't you tell the folks where they can find you at and what you got going on?
You can find me on Twitter at Alia Morgaine, and you can find me on YouTube at Afra's Artifacts, where I talk about queer Star Wars, and it's a lot of fun.
And Paige, for Betty, her teammate on The Usual Suspects in the movie Trivia Schmodown. Where can folks find you?
Yeah, you guys can check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Front Page News 9. And you guys can also check me out on my movie blog on Instagram, Feature Flicks Without the C. I was busy the last week and a half, but I'm catching up with all those movie news, guys. And damn, that Halloween Kills trailer. Mwah, beautiful. I know this is a Star Wars show, but got to give love to the horror fans because damn, that trailer looks good. And guys, Marie and I's teammate Ethan Irwin is about to kick some major ass tonight against Ben Bateman. So I hope you guys will all be watching because suspects are about to take a victory for a #1 contender match. Just throwing that out there.
I just need the dungeon to lose. I just need them to lose.
Yes, I agree. They need to.
Mathematical reasons, I need them to lose.
It also makes no sense. Okay, this isn't going to happen. But if Bateman was going to win, he'd be facing his own teammate. That's just weird. That's not fun.
Yeah, but is it okay if it's a clone of himself or if it's a different?
Are they the same person?
Okay, Dean, where can the folks find you at, man?
Oh man, you want more funny comments like that? You can get me on Twitter at DLewis2099, and I went up 2 followers from last time I said that, and now I've got 175. So get me to the 200. I'm crawling there.
Do it, people.
Sarah Blue, where can folks find you at?
You can find me on Twitter at SCBOC, SSCABOCK. I'm trying to see how many followers I have. 196. I just need 4 more than 200 before Dean gets there. So help me beat Dean. And you can find me on this network doing the Go Get That Rose podcast with Jay, where we are recapping The Bachelor, Bachelorette every week. It's a lot of fun. It's kind of a hot mess right now, but you know what? We have fun doing it. So that's all that matters.
Yep.
Is there any chance I might be able to jump on that show at some point?
Absolutely.
I will hit you up in private.
Absolutely.
Sweet.
I am your agent. I will put in a good word.
Yes. Always love that.
And y'all can find me on the Twitter at jwade1134. That's a letter J, WADE 1134. And at the Jcast Network, also on Twitter. Please like, sub, share, all that good shit. Tomorrow, speaking of Schmodown, is my sports talk show. We go live at 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have got guest Amaru Moses, and guest co-host will be Dagan, who's in the chat here tonight.
Oh, nice.
He's
finally getting himself in on some.
Yeah. Can I finish talking? Thank you. Let's Get Ready Network, which I'm about to jump over to, so you guys head over there. But sorry, Dean. Dean, I love you.
I'm excited to see Dagan on a show. He's always chiming in. He never gets his ass on a show, and now he's doing it. I don't know if he has, but I'll catch it.
This will be a second time on.
Oh man, Dagan, you didn't tell me when it was your first time. I can't believe it. I can't believe it.
Everyone
with a clone of yourself.
Everyone have a great night. We'll talk to you next week. You want to hear something funny? The mic wasn't on that whole time.
No way.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, wow.
So smooth.